Good morning, Hillside Bible Church. It's Monday morning and this is Aftermath. Yesterday, we talked about a passage in Acts chapter 17. Paul visits the Areopagus and he shares Christ with this idolatrous community. But that text gives us some insights into evangelism. We need to step out into the world for the gospel. First off, we looked at how Paul found common ground. Not only did Paul literally share common ground with an idolatrous people, but immediately he pointed out a similarity, that they were very religious. And the question is, are you willing to stand in the midst and find a similarity? Paul not only found common ground, but he sought to understand. He went in there and he observed carefully the objects of their worship. He listened. He asked questions. We need to remember what's really important, and we need to remember that we're not any better than they are. We're not. We're better off, but we're not better. Finally, we need to speak the language, and Paul did this as well. We need to quote the poet or use examples that your audience will realize, will catch on to. You need to speak directly to your audience. You don't just speak. But Paul went in and he said, that altar to an unknown God, that's something unknown, I'm going to make known to you. And I want to look more closely at verses 24 through 27 this morning. It says this: the God who made the world and everything in it, being Lord of heaven and earth, does not live in temples made by man, nor is he served by human hands as though he needed anything, since he himself gives to all mankind life and breath and everything. And he made from one man every nation of mankind to live on all the face of the earth, having determined allotted periods and the boundaries of their dwelling place, that they should seek God in the hope that they might feel their way toward him and find him, yet he is actually not far from each one of us. Paul says, the Creator God whom we seek is not really residing in your idol temples, all right? He's not served by human hands. He gives us everything. He created all. He continues to give life and breath to everything. That Creator God, that same Creator God, wants to be sought out and wants to be found. We need to feel our way towards him, and it's almost like you're in a dark room and you're stumbling towards something that can be found. This week I came across a news article about a lady in Washington who was robbed. Her iPod was stolen, and the next morning she logged into her Facebook page, and the criminal actually sent her a friend request. And in a weird sort of way, this is kind of like what God does to us. He creates us, and he doesn't wander off the scene. No, he creates us, and he wants to be sought out. He wants to be found. God made himself known to us so that we might seek, so that we might find, and that we might ultimately speak for him. Listen, Hillside, people are close. Do your part. Be burdened with the lost. Get into the world and share the gospel.